Alright. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, wait up. Sorry. Okay. Hello, everyone. So, my name is Tony. I'm reintroducing myself. This is just something that I'm going to be doing for fun. There's going to be a lot of reviews for a couple things. So, I'm going to start doing movie reviews. People have been telling me that it's kind of like... they like how when I do it on Instagram. So, I'm just doing something fun, kind of... gonna start reviewing them on, through video. So there's gonna be a new, kind of like avenue, little fun thing that I'm doing. I by no means am doing this because I'm over here thinking that I'm I guess better. I'm not gonna be doing this because I feel like I'm the pinnacle of movie reviews. I think I'm just doing it for fun. These are just my opinions. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys do watch it, I appreciate you guys for watching. And yeah, we shall see how this goes, but appreciate you guys for being here. If you're new here, appreciate you being here. I am going to start off my channel by reviewing Backrooms. So everybody who follows me on Instagram probably already knows how I feel about this movie. But I didn't actually give my full opinion into it, so that's what we're here for. So I pulled it up, and I'm not gonna lie, I had to be explained a couple things, later down, after I watched it. So I watched it on Thursday, which is the day before it dropped, and I watched it at AMC. I watched it at Sugarloaf, and so I was kind of thinking, I went into this film thinking I had very strong opinions on it, and obviously there's a whole lore behind it. I knew that there was something on YouTube about it. I always watched the gameplays and stuff like that. I know Markiplier was the main one that I would see playing, or sometimes my nephews would just bring up these random videos, or sometimes I'll just see them on TikTok. So I had high expectations of this because I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be some creepy film. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be like jump scares, and that is literally not what I got from it at all. So as I was watching the film, so here, let me pull up the Wikipedia page. I started looking, I watched the film with an open mind, because I was obviously excited for it. You kind of have to have some type of excitement in order to be, I guess, form your opinion, or want to form an opinion on it. So I came into this very, very strongly, all right, this is going to be to me, Insidious. Insidious scared me, but that was when I was 14 when it first came out, I think. I don't know, it's been a while. I don't know the timeline, but anyway, I watched the film. Insidious scared me, loved the jump scares. And so I was kind of thinking it was going to kind of be similar to that. So I was like, all right. And then the film posters, they kind of, to me, they marketed it as a horror film, something was right there constantly. So I pulled up the Wikipedia page. So it's a 2026 film, and it's listed as a science fiction psychological horror film, and it was directed by Kane Parsons. Also, it says it was co-scored by him, so I think that's really cool too. The music was phenomenal, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And so it was based on something called a creepypasta. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what that means. I just seen that word a lot. And so I was really interested into it because obviously the commercials made it seem like it was going to be this horror film, some people obviously consider it. I don't. That's just me. And so I'm reading it, and it says he uploaded the web series in January 2022, and then he was approached about it. Also, apparently this kid's 20, or this guy. Sorry, I'm not trying to discredit him. He's 20 years old, and I don't know. I had such high expectations of it, so I don't know. I good on him, because I would love to do that too. And I'm not trying to be oh, I'm coming at it from a jealousy standpoint, because that is not by any means at all. But everybody wants to do something like that, I would love to do something like that. But I think this is not me discrediting the production design. The whole look of the film was beautiful. The score was beautiful. But I'll tell you what, when I felt the movie kind of started plateauing. So the movie starts out in a furniture store. So if you haven't watched it, and so it takes place in 1990. I'm looking at the page right now on Wikipedia, and so it says that The furniture store owner, Clark, he's struggling to cope with his alcoholism and recent divorce. Mind you, a lot of what I'm going to talk about this is not even because the whole film itself I thought was bad, because I loved the production design. I think my whole thing is, my issue with this film was, it seemed like I had to do homework in order to watch it correctly. And it was probably done like that for a reason, you know, my fault if I'm a part of that audience that just did not understand it. But it felt like when I heard people were talking about how they were like, oh, I loved it so much, it was amazing, or you don't understand it because you don't know the lore behind it. It's like, why would I want to know a whole story behind it if you're broadcasting it to a global audience, right? That's just me. It's obviously an annoyance for me. It was irritating, and I felt like I was out of the loop, and I think that's why it pissed me off. But like I said, production design was beautiful. Everything was set up so like creepy, and it felt like there was like something behind you constantly, and it just felt so empty but so full at the same time with the production design. And I think that's where I had high expectations of it, because I was thinking, okay, there's going to be some scary monsters, there's going to be all this stuff that's going to be happening, there's going to be jump scares left and right, because obviously, you know, constantly looking left and right, and then how the camera was actually switching between like the actually fixed setups of like the actual like the, I guess like the high-tech cameras or whatever, and then you have the like the camcorder like type like filming, you know, so it kind of went between that. And so that kind of like set it up, because like, okay, it's going to kind of have like the Blair Witch Project kind of like set up, but also it's going to be like, it's like a mix. So I was really excited about that. But then when the jump happened, which is what my friend Jordan, or Miller, I call him, he told me, he was like, the one part that I kind of got confused by, and I agree, is when they were straight up just like running through it, and then they go down, because I'm not trying to give any spoilers, because it's obviously still like fresh. But when they go down and then the stuff happens, they get grabbed, and then that's pretty much it. And then it just jumps, and then the therapist happens. And so a lot of what I was seeing was just a quick jump, and it didn't make sense to me. And I agree with what Miller said, because he was like, that jump, there could have been a lot more done with that. And so then when the part started happening with the dinner table, my friend had to explain it to me again. He had to tell me what was going on, but obviously it's because he understood the whole lore behind it. I didn't understand that, and that's why it irritated me. I feel like there were so many unanswered questions to it, and to me, I don't know, I thought it had such a great setup, because the Christmas scene, the room in there, and I didn't even know that was supposed to be his wife. I don't know, like, I expected so much more, and I was so let down, because it just felt like a plateau. But I think I'll probably visit this film again, because if I watch the whole like lore behind it, and then I can like rewatch it and actually come up with like some type of like a correct standpoint, I feel like maybe I'll change my mind. So this is probably coming from a point of ignorance, but this is going to be just like, I guess, like the first review that I'll do that'll be wrong or incorrect. But this is just like my personal opinion. Now, mind you, I'm always a very big proponent of going and watch your film yourself, because I felt the same way about, Late Night with the Devil. I did not like it at all. I thought it was dumb. But I loved how it was shot. I loved how it was set up. I feel like sometimes I'm a very baseline level like reviewer, because I just think like, okay, like, it looks nice. This is done nice. The lighting's nice. It's kind of like how I felt with Obsession, but the Obsession storyline I felt was actually done very well. But I've gotten a lot of people telling me that it's like, it has a lot of like misogynistic undertones and stuff like that. And me as a man, I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is an excuse, but I just did not see it until the women in my life explained it to me. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that's kind of like how I like kind of intertwining with like the Backrooms Obsession stuff. So I will rewatch the film, but I also get a lot more involved in the lore. Because friends told me, they're like, oh, you're not wrong about how it kind of felt bland, because to me the film felt bland. But I don't know, I feel like maybe a sequel might happen. I don't know. I hope a sequel happens, and I hope it becomes a lot scarier, because maybe I just feel like I'm desensitized to it. Maybe that's probably the main thing that I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I am desensitized to a lot of horror films, because that's one thing that I feel like I've learned in school a lot, where I'm like, this is gonna happen, or this is gonna happen. Like, tropes like that always happen, like, in films, and so I'm just like, this is about to happen, this is about to happen. I don't know. I feel like criticizing movies now, I feel it can be annoying, because I can see what's gonna happen, or I can tell what's gonna happen, or sometimes I'm completely oblivious. So I don't know. Realistically, the film was not my, like, it wasn't a bad film, is what I'm saying, but I just wanted more. So we shall see. Thanks for being there. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. My mom had to come home and... well, yeah, I just didn't want to ruin the video. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I kept thinking about the film. It's just that I felt like it needed more. And this is, like I said, this is an opinion nobody asked for. This is just mine. But, I mean, like, I keep thinking about how great the production design was. Like, it felt so eerie and beautiful. Like, to see yellow used in that type of, like, to see the color yellow used in, like, a creepy, like, sense, and it kind of seemed like a little bit like a mental asylum, you know. But I don't know, maybe I just have too high expectations. Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot, I don't know. But that's just what I thought about it. Would I watch it again? Yes, to, like, reanalyze stuff. And I don't know, man, the movie was okay. I gave it a 3 out of 10. Well, some people will say 0 out of 10, some people say 10 out of 10. But I'm seeing people on Reddit, they're like, oh, this is the greatest movie ever. And some people are like, you just don't get it, or blah, blah. You're not, like, you don't get it, you don't understand it. And then other people are like, yeah, that was dog shit. I personally am on the side of, like, it was dog shit, but who knows? I mean, if this is how he's gonna do as a director, yeah, he's gonna do great, because it's filmed beautifully. I loved it. It was literally, it was stunning. Like, being able to see the rooms and, like, how creepy they were. And, like, it kind of felt like just, like, a bunch of new houses put together. Obviously, it's randomization, you know, like, and obviously the deeper you go in, the crazier it gets, you know. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm still sticking with 3 out of 10. It was not good. But I'll watch it again and probably give a different review later. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. Nobody asked for. So, like, subscribe, follow me, please, if you want. I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah, you're going to hear my opinions from here on out. I could have done the Ariana Grande one today, but I was at work. So, this is what you guys get for right now. Beginning. Thanks for being here.